The projector flickered, casting a nervous glow on Professor Mike Dolphin's sweating brow. He swayed slightly, gripping the podium as if it were the only stable thing in the room.
Distinguished colleagues,
He began, his voice a raspy whisper that echoed strangely in the sterile conference room high above Frankfurt. He fumbled with his notes, a collection of napkins and receipts, clearly not the intended presentation materials. The scent of stale beer and something vaguely earthy clung to him like a shroud.
I stand before you on the precipice of a discovery so monumental, so earth-shattering, it'll rewrite history.
He straightened his ripped and soiled tweed jacket, a valiant attempt to regain some semblance of composure. He squinted at the screen, where a blurry image of what appeared to be a very old brick wall was displayed.
Behold, the gateway to another realm, hidden for centuries beneath the unassuming soil of Earth.
He squinted harder, his brow furrowing in concentration.
Well, the location isn't important right now. What matters is the portal.
The audience exchanged uneasy glances. Professor Schmidt, a stern woman with a severe bun and a permanent frown, cleared her throat loudly.
Mr. Dolphin, perhaps you could enlighten us as to the nature of this portal.
He blinked rapidly as if startled by the interruption.
The portal, yes, the portal.
He stumbled back a step, knocking over the podium with a resounding crash. He swayed for a moment, regaining his balance with surprising agility.
It's a doorway, you see, a doorway to another world.
He launched into a rambling explanation, his words tumbling over each other in his haste. He spoke of ancient texts, of forgotten civilizations, and of beings from beyond the stars. The audience, initially skeptical, found themselves drawn in by his passionate, if somewhat incoherent, delivery. Or perhaps it was the sheer entertainment value of watching a grown man, a respected academic no less, unravel before their very eyes.
They beckon, you see, they promise knowledge, power, a whole new world to explore.
Professor Schmidt, her patience wearing thin, cleared her throat again.
Professor Dolphin, with all due respect, this is utter nonsense. You're clearly unwell. I suggest you...
But he wasn't listening to her at all. They didn't understand the gravity of his recent discovery. He was lost in his own world now, a world of wonder and terror, of impossible dreams and terrifying realities. He saw the portal opening, felt the pull of the unknown, heard whispers in a language older than time itself. He had to get to the portal, had to warn them. Suddenly the spell broke. He blinked, his eyes focusing on the concerned, confused faces staring back at him. He was still in the conference room, the stale air thick with disapproval. He had gone too far, revealed too much. They wouldn't understand. They couldn't understand.
I must go.
He stammered, gathering his scattered notes with trembling hands. He shoved them haphazardly into his worn leather satchel. His movements jerky and uncoordinated. He could feel their eyes on him, judging, condemning. He had to get out of here, had to reach the portal before it was too late. Before anyone could stop him, he bolted towards the exit, knocking over a chair in his haste. The sound of startled gasps and murmurs followed him as he fled down the hallway, his heart pounding in his chest. He could hear footsteps behind him, heavy and purposeful. They were coming for him. He burst through the heavy double doors at the end of the hallway, nearly colliding with a startled cleaning lady. He didn't stop to apologize, just kept running, his breath coming in ragged gasps. He had to get away, had to disappear. He stumbled out of the building and into the bustling streets of Frankfurt, his head spinning. He had no plan, nowhere to go. He just ran, driven by fear and a desperate hope that he wasn't too late.
Need a lift, love?
She shouted over the roar of the engine. She took a long drag from a strange-looking pipe, her eyes sparkling with amusement. Without hesitation, Mike then scrambled into the truck, his heart pounding. As the truck sped away, he glanced back to see two security guards in hot pursuit, their faces grim. He had escaped for now. But this was only the beginning. The real adventure was just starting.